Hey guys, I'm Sebastian from Cinemageddon Reviews, and while I'm in the process of finishing up my Wonder Woman 1984 video, I'm going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to react to the 78th annual Golden Globe Award nominations. Why the Golden Globes? Because the Oscars haven't been announced yet, and this shit is happening on February 28th, where the Oscars would normally take place. Now, full disclosure, I'm not the biggest fan of the Golden Globes, not because I have anything against them, except for the fact that it's mostly run by crusty old white guys, but I'm not the biggest fan of the fact that it's mostly between movies and shows, and I'm mostly a movies guy and a show guy second. And when I say second, I mean barely. I've only watched like 2 TV shows last year, and this year I only watched 1. Well, technically I watched 2 if you count Watchmen, but the point is, I'm a movie guy first and a TV show guy second. So I'm not exactly the biggest guy when it comes to the Golden Globes. But I figured I might as well use this as an opportunity to test out the waters and see if I'm actually capable of pulling something like this when the actual Oscars come out. So what do you say? Shall we give it a try?
Oh, this is gonna suck.
Alright then, let's get right down to it. So as I mentioned, this is going to be the 78th annual Golden Globes, and they're going to be taking place on the 28th of February, which is funny because that's normally the date that the Oscars would take place in. But COVID-19 kind of screwed up things for everybody, and I know that the Golden Globes are going to be happening and then the Academy Awards as always. I just don't know when the hell the Oscars are going to be taking place and due to COVID-19. They haven't canceled it, but I know it's going to be taking place in March and I just can't remember when. Tina Fey and Amy Poehler are going to be hosting again this year, which is exciting because I love it whenever they host. And we're going to be seeing Norman Lear and Jane Fonda be given the Legacy Awards that they usually give out. So let's take a look at see who is actually being nominated this year. We're going to be taking a look from biggest to smallest, as you can imagine, so let's take a look at the Best Picture one. This is going to be for drama specifically, which means we have The Father being nominated, which I'm not entirely surprised. Mank, which I'm very glad to see got nominated because that is literally my favorite movie of this year. Nomadland, which I'm very surprised a lot of people got to see, since it's usually one of those big art house films that doesn't get a whole lot of watch. Promising Young Woman, I gotta be very honest, I didn't expect this to even be looked at, let alone nominated for something this big. And The Trial of the Chicago 7, I want to say I'm surprised, but 1, this was done by Mark Platt, and 2, it was written by Aaron Sorkin. So I kind of expected something like this to even happen. Okay, so what the hell else do we got in the pipeline? We got Best Performance by an Actress in a Motion Picture Drama. We got Viola Davis for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. I haven't seen it, but I heard a lot of good things about it, especially for Chadwick Boseman, which I think is getting nominated. Yeah, actually, right over here. We're gonna go talk about that later, but first, Andra Day in The United States vs. Billie Holiday. You can tell that I'm new to this because I have no fucking idea what any of these movies are, and I'm really sad. I'm gonna see if I can actually watch any of these so I can be able to be put up the task and actually know what the fuck I'm talking about. Vanessa Kirby for Pieces of a Woman. Frances McDormand in Nomadland. Again, not entirely surprised but still shocked that this is even being looked at. And Carey Mulligan for Promising Young Woman. Best Performance by an Actor in a Motion Picture Drama. Riz Ahmed for Sound of Metal. You know, I don't really have anything to say, except for the fact that I'm glad that more people saw that besides me. Chadwick Boseman for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. I'm surprised he's being nominated for that instead of being nominated for The Five Bloods, which I saw and I personally think he was fucking amazing in. Anthony Hopkins in The Father. Gary Oldman in Mank. I'm gonna level with you. I'm not exactly sure what it's gonna take for Gary Oldman to be seen as one of the greatest actors in the world. The fact that he only just recently won an Oscar for his acting is ridiculous. Oh gosh, forgive me if I mispronounce your name. Tahar Rahim for the Mauritanian? Oh my god, I'm such a fucking idiot. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. If I mispronounce anything I just said, then feel free to let me know in the comment section and I'll be hitting myself in shame after we're done here. Best Motion Picture for a Musical or Comedy. Oh, this ought to be interesting. Borat, subsequent movie film. On one hand, why am I even surprised at this point? This is literally the better version of Borat, which, considering that this movie managed to come out at just the right time before the election, really says something. Hamilton. Okay, funny thing. Am I the only one who finds it a little bit weird that a pro shot of a musical from 2016 is being nominated for something like this? And look, I think Hamilton is one of the greatest Broadway shows I have ever seen. In fact, it's probably one of the greatest things ever created in terms of media. But we're talking about what is essentially a pro shot of old footage of a musical that was shot in 2016. Multiple versions of it, mind you, and yet this is being nominated for Best Musical or Best Picture for Musical or Comedy? I mean, I'm not complaining, but I just find it a little bit weird. Alright, what else do we have here? Music. I really wish I knew more about these films. You can tell that COVID-19 has screwed things up so badly. I would normally know everything that we're seeing here, but this is the first time that I'm completely stumped. Palm Springs, I feel like this, looking at the credentials here, this is definitely something that would normally only be seen in art house theaters. The Prom. Wow. To anybody in the Wait in the Wings Discord, do you really think this movie should have been nominated for Best Motion Picture for Musical or Comedy? I'm asking sincerely, because I don't fucking know. I feel sad that I wasn't able to attend when we were all watching it together, and it's really, really weird that this, of all things, is getting nominated, but maybe it is as good. I don't know, and frankly, I don't want to give judgments on a movie that I haven't actually seen yet. Going back to this, Maria Bakalova for, I'm reading that right, I hope I am, for Best Performance by an Actress in a Motion Picture. In this case, it will be for Borat's subsequent movie film. Kate Hudson for Music. I'm sure Kate Hudson is a nice person, I'm just not a fan of her as an actor. Again, nothing personal. Michelle Pfeiffer for The French Exit. I'm just gonna go through all of these. I swear to God, I feel so embarrassed right now because I wish I knew more about the films that are being nominated, but I honestly kind of asked myself, is it even worth even doing a video like this when you don't know half the nominations? And the thing is, I want to be able to know all of these movies. I want to get to know them before the nominations come out, or in this case, before the awards come out, so that I can be able to say wholeheartedly what does deserve to win. 2020 was a really nasty year, but 2019 had a lot of promising films that I got to enjoy and actually get to see in theaters. Parasite was the only one I didn't get to enjoy in theaters because unfortunately, the one theater in Puerto Rico that was showing it with Spanish subtitles. And fuck you if you think I'm gonna watch a Korean movie with Spanish subtitles. Anya Taylor-Joy for the movie Emma. I already know Robert is watching this and he's gonna be thinking, Sebastian, we could watch these movies together and that way we can actually know what these films are and see if these actresses are worth getting nominated. And Robert, if you're watching this, I love you, but my God, I don't know if I have the time or the patience to sit through all of these films individually. I'll probably do so one at a time, but I don't think we'll have the time to do so. Either way, I'm glad to see that you're watching this, and I hope that you end up doing something similar as well in the future. Now, Best Performance by an Actor in a Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy, Sacha Baron Cohen for Borat's subsequent movie film, because I'm such a professional. James Corden! Yeah, that's the reason why I nearly snickered right now, just... Oh my fucking God. So James Corden got nominated and Lin-Manuel Miranda got nominated for playing Hamilton 4 years ago. Or is it 5 years ago at this point? I don't even know anymore. I have nothing against James Corden. Honest to God. I think he's a funny guy when he's not cringe-inducingly making fun of people who did nothing wrong except being treated like shit for making anthropomorphic cats. But was he really that good in that film to warrant the nomination for Best Actor? Really? I know it's been a slow year for films, but my God, really? Next thing you're gonna be telling me that next thing you'll be telling me that fucking Sonic the Hedgehog was nominated. Actually, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Hey, it wasn't nominated. Oh my fucking God, it was not nominated. Thank goodness, because look, no disrespect, if you love that movie, fantastic and more power to you, but I fucking hated the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. It is one of the worst films I've seen my entire life. I'm not gonna get into that discussion here though, because for what I'm looking at here, Dev Patel for the personal history of David Copperfield. I think I could be wrong. I haven't seen this film yet either. Like I said, I'm such a professional. I've seen none of the films that are being nominated here, but I think this could be related to the Charles Dickens story of the same name. Whether or not it is, I'm sure it's fantastic, and if he got nominated, it's probably because people have finally forgotten that he was in the last Airbender movie. Andy Samberg for Palm Springs. It's been a while since I've heard your name in anything good, but there we go. Let's take a look at the best motion picture for animation. What the hell is this? What the fuck? What is this? Look, we cannot be this desperate for nominations. I'm sure there was some good anime films that could have been nominated here. The fucking Demon Slayer movie could have been nominated here. But nope, The Croods: A New Age. Another year where animation in Japan gets ignored in America. Onward by... I thought the film was good. Look, by comparison to every other Pixar movie they shut out, I'm not exactly the biggest fan of this one in particular. It's good, it just didn't win me over. Over the Moon, I'm pretty sure this film is even better than The Croods: New Age or Onward, but I haven't seen it and I am sorry. Soul. Now this is the one in my opinion that really deserves to win. To me, this is the film that not only managed to break me emotionally in more ways than any film has this year, but it is a film that, in my opinion at least, is very, very important with the kind of message that it has. And I've wanted to actually write a review on this, to try to give my opinion on the film and how important the message is. Wolfwalkers! Wow, this one is actually very surprising to me, because I've heard a lot of good things from everybody that I know. My friend Gabriel, my friend Hex. I'm just genuinely surprised that something like this is even being nominated, especially considering that it was released by G-Kids. You would think that something released by G-Kids or anything that isn't Disney or Netflix would not even be bothered to look at, let alone get nominated, but there we go. I guess we're moving slowly up into this world. Best motion picture for foreign language films. Let's see here. Another round from Denmark. La Llorona from... Really? You would think it with a movie called La Llorona, it would have been made in at least either Mexico, Spain, or Italy, but no, this is actually coming from France. Although, to be fair, it's being done in conjunction with Guatemala, so I guess I'm not entirely shocked there. The Life Ahead from Italy. My god, a lot of films are being released here by Netflix. That's actually kind of impressive. Minari from the US. Wait a fucking minute! Okay. Maybe they're speaking in different languages there? I swear to god, I'm not trying to be funny here. If I knew what this film was, I would literally be singing its praises here. But I just find it a little bit weird that a film in the Best Foreign Language nomination is actually being released from the US. But whatever, I guess. I'm not gonna complain. Two of Us, conjunction with France and in the US by Paprika Films. Okay, I can live with this. Best performance by an actress in a supporting role in any motion picture. Okay, so we're not being limited by genre now. That's interesting. Glenn Close for Hillbilly Elegy. Olivia Colman for The Father. I'm very glad to see she's finally getting the credit she deserves as an actress. Jodie Foster for the I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. I'm sorry. If you know how to pronounce that, please do, because I made myself look like enough of an asshole and I don't want to do it again. Amanda Seyfried for Mank. Honestly, I think she was fantastic in that film, but honestly, I think she could have done better with what she was given, because she was given a lot of great material to work with, but Seyfried is just not the best actor when it comes to this. Helena Zengel for News of the World. My Christ, I hope I'm pronouncing these names right. I'm Puerto Rican, so if I mispronounce anything, blame the Spanish in me. Best performance by an actor in a supporting role in any motion picture. Sacha Baron Cohen for The Trial of the Chicago 7. No surprise there. Daniel Kaluuya for Judas and the Black Messiah. Again, no surprise there. Jared Leto for The Little Things. I've heard a lot of mixed things about this. In fact, you can actually check out Diego's review on it on Cinemageddon Reviews on Facebook. But I don't know if Jared Leto was good enough to get nominated. Great actor, when he's given the right material, but I don't know if this is one of his best works. Bill Murray for On the Rocks. If I'm not mistaken, that is another Sofia Coppola collaboration that he's working on, and I think that he was fantastic in that. In what I mean is he was fantastic in Lost in Translation. I definitely want to give this a watch to see if it's just as good, but we'll have to wait and see. Leslie Odom Jr. for One Night in Miami. I feel like they did this deliberately, because the last time Odom Jr. and Miranda were nominated, they were nominated together for Best Actor in the Tonys, and Odom ended up winning because he's the better actor out of the two. I'm sorry, those are just the facts. Best Director for a Motion Picture. Not distinguishing if it's comedy or drama. Emerald Fennell for Promising Young Woman. David Fincher for Mank. One Night in Miami. Regina King. Wow. I had no fucking idea Regina King could direct now. That's interesting. Aaron Sorkin for The Trial of the Chicago 7. Wait a minute, he directed? I thought he was just a screenwriter. Oh my god, I really have lost my touch as a fucking critic. Chloe Zhao for Nomadland. Best Screenplay, my favorite nomination. Emerald Fennell for Promising Young Woman. Jack Fincher, may he rest in peace, for Mank. Aaron Sorkin for The Trial of the Chicago 7. Florian Zeller and Christopher Hampton for The Father. And Chloe Zhao for Nomadland. I'm really wishing that I'm seeing any of those films because I really wish I knew what the fuck it is I'm talking about. I'm literally winging this as I go, guys. That's the big secret. Jesucristo. Best Original Score for a Motion Picture. Alexandre Desplat. Oh god. Alexandre Desplat for The Midnight Sky. Ludwig Göransson for Tenet. If I'm not mistaken, he also did the music for The Mandalorian. I know because the name sounds familiar, and even though I haven't seen Tenet because I'm not going to kill myself to see this shit in theaters, I heard he was a pretty fantastic composer. James Newton Howard for News of the World. And we have a twofer here. Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross for both Mank and Soul, and they're sharing that nomination with Soul with John Batiste. Okay. Best Original Song, Fight For You from Judas and the Black Messiah, no surprise there. Hear My Voice from The Trial of the Chicago 7, Scene from The Life Ahead, Speak Now from One Night in Miami, Tigress and Tweed from The United States vs. Billie Holiday. And now for Best Television Series, which normally I wouldn't care, but I'm just here to let you know that The Mandalorian got nominated along with Lovecraft Country and The Crown. Ozark was also nominated, and a show called Ratchet. And really, I don't have much to say about this because I'm not a big TV guy, so if you guys enjoy any of these shows, then I'm very sorry, but this is just not for me and I don't really have anything to say about it. So, this is pretty much easily the dumbest thing I've ever done, and I don't know if it's actually going to be good or successful, but we shall wait and see. For now, if you guys enjoyed this, or if you think I could have done better, or if you're going to tell me to watch the movies next time before I actually talk about them, feel free to do so in the comment section below. And as always, I'm Sebastian from Cinemageddon Reviews, signing out, and on Saturday, Wonder Woman 1984. Is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. You'll find out. Take care, guys.